we're going to make one of them. And normally I do my basic spindle turning, but I'm not going to do that this evening. I may do it later. It depends on how much time I've got. So anyone here never seen me before? Les can't. Anyway, I'm in my 50th year of a wood turner full time. I started in 1975, so that makes me 50 years of turning. So, and I've just started getting my government pension. How about that, eh? So, bit of health and safety. Always wear safety glasses. Be careful your sleeve near the drive. I wear safety boots as well. And you just got to be careful what you do. Make sure everything is tightened down. It's not going too fast if you're doing a bowl blank. So just be aware of what you're doing. Yeah. So first of all, where's my ball gone? It's in my pocket. I'm going to make the ball. Okay. So that's pretty perfectly round. Okay. So we're going to do one of them. So I take measurements from that, put that there so I don't lose it. What's it say? It says about 22 mil. So we use ebony for this part. So it's 22 mil. This is only 10 mil longer than it needs to be. So I need to find the centres, which is about there and there. Right. Okay. Looks like that's not quite there. That'll do. I can't go in there too deep with the running centres because we don't want to leave any holes at the end on the ends of these. So I turn that down. Let's turn this on. Are we plugged in? Can't get the staff, can you? Yeah, I think we got power.
You have to pull your knob out.
What, in public? Right, so I just turn that to a cylinder. If you use a vernier, just take these corners off. And I was always taught to stand to one side. If I'm doing something and there's a crack in it and it could explode on me, we always were taught to stand to one side. So I stand here rather than right in front of it. So if something comes off, it's you, not me. We used to do lots of little 4-inch pepper mills in teak, and quite often there was a crack and they'd split in half. The guy in front of me was okay because we had a wire fence, but the guy behind me used to get it in the back ear. Right. So I just take that down to the right diameter. I use my thumb as a deflector. If it spins, tighten it up. Further yet. A little bit more. So everything's built around the ball. So, a bit more. Right, so that's the right diameter. So then, funny when it's black, it's difficult to see it. So move that forward, always stop the lathe before you move the tool rest. So I use the 2 points, there and there. So those bits at the end are waste. So we go down with the round skew that I sell. Take that down. There. And there. So that should be same both ways, and it is. So then put a pencil line in the centre of that, which is roughly there. Okay. The way I'm going to do it is going to turn it round with two little pads, but the other way you could do it is to get a little bit of perspex, and then just hold it against it, and it will go to half a circle, and then you can use that to gauge it to get it exactly right. So I could use a skew, but it's easier to use a 3/8 spindle, which is here somewhere. So get it as near to how I want it as I can. So all I'm doing is just putting the bevel on there, just lifting the handle so it starts to cut, and then moving with the tool. All the way down there. Like that. So I'll get it as near as I can. It's a little bit longer than it should be, but we can put that right in a second. Okay, so once I've done that, okay, then we can put it that way round. So what we need to do is get a couple of bits of wood, which is here. Of course, you can get jigs to do bowls if you want, and you can also use pipe as well. Make sure it's running true. Okay, that's good. I use a different drive for this. This is the Simon Hope Star Drive. And this spins as well. One of my new toys. I've got a whole set of different drives and running centres. No, this is Simon Hope. That's this one. See that on the camera? Is that upside down? It is. Star Drive, and there's all different sizes and everything in there as well. So some of these go in the running centre and some goes into the headstock end. Mind your own business. Something I always wanted. So, you've got to have some kind of perks in your life, haven't you? Right, so that should be okay. So we get it to run true. If these points don't line up, it's going to make a funny noise. So I should have checked the points, really, before I do something like this. Did anyone check it? Well, that's okay. So don't forget, now we're doing bowl turning because the grain is coming towards me now. So we can't use that because it will just rip it in half. So we need to use a 3/8 spindle and kind of come in from the side, or you can use the wings and pull it towards you. Didn't. Oh. Yeah, it's a bit like you, is it? So you can see the shadow. In fact, there's not a lot to take off. I'll come in from the side. And we do it that way. Or I can turn the tool on its side and just kind of drag it back towards me. Like that. I'm doing really, really fine cuts. Like that. Okay, a little bit more there. I think it moved a fraction. So we've got to take that off. So I'm looking for that shadow. You can see it go up and down. And there. Right, let's have a look at that. So once you've done it that way, just move it round within these cups to say there. Tighten it up. It's not bad actually. And then once we do that, move it again. That's about right now. So what we've got to do now is sand it, okay? So we move this out of the way. God, blimey. Yeah. So I'll probably hit it with about 120, which is that one. And same again, we've got to keep moving it all the time because you're only going to be sanding half of it at any one time. I'll take that down to 400. Okay, so let's have a look at that, and then move it all the way round to there. Go back to the 240. Anyone done this method before? No? Who has? Well done. It's a bit time consuming. But probably if I was at home, I wouldn't bother doing it this way. I'd just do it between centres. Take that down a bit further. Sorry? Yeah, you can do it that way, yeah. Yeah, you can use pipes. More there. Have a look at that. So sometimes it does leave a little mark on it, but you can just sand it off like that. Yeah, it needs a bit more there. I just noticed a bit that we missed. Okay. Right. Okay, I reckon that's there now. And obviously, you've got to polish it. I tend to spray them. So there we are. That should be a perfectly round ball. Okay. So thanks for that applause. You up? Right. So everything is made around that ball. Okay. Just put that there so we don't lose it. So you need a piece of wood a lot longer than the box. See that? Because all these little bits inside make it even more longer. All right? So we need it to be longer. This is a bit of ash. I'd rather do it in boxwood, but I haven't got any big enough. I think a friend of mine is going to give me some boxwood. So I've been told. Right, so I'm going to find the centres of that. And that. Quick, quick, quick. Is that your missus? Oh, right. Probably wants some money. Right. Okay. So put that between centres. Like that. So that is, it's about 6 inches long. It's a bit wider than it needs to be. It's about 2.5. So it doesn't need to be that. Normally, whatever you're making, it needs to be about 5 mil bigger than the diameter. So, put the other tool rest on. Put that there. Okay. So these are star drives both ends now. So I turn that down to the right diameter first. But I allow a little bit just in case. So use the roughing out. God, filling up my box with shavings. A bit more. That's it. So once you've done that, always stop the lathe before you move the tool rest. Then I set this at 42 mil. This is a dovetail. This is a Vic Mark chuck. I've actually got quite a few different chucks. I've got Multi-Star. I've got the original Craft Supply 7-in-1. I've got the Axminster. I've got 3 of these Vic Marks. And I've got 3 the Axminsters. 2 the one-ways. And there's not one that does everything, funny enough. Right, going to dovetail here. A bit more. So that's the right size, and now just turn this skew on its side, and that gives me that dovetail there. And just turn it on its side like that. Then I can run along there with the skew just to clean it up a little bit. Like that. So whenever you use any of these tools, always remember that you move with the tool. You never do this, okay? Keep it to your side and then just go along like that, moving your body. And the tool is locked to my side. Right. If I suddenly hesitate, it's because I'm trying to figure out what to do next. So if I remember, I think I did that. That's where it's going to be parted off there. So that's the bottom half, okay? So if you're going to part something off between centres, don't go all the way through, because it will just pinch onto the tool and it will kick back at you. So I'm not going to go all the way through. Then we move everything out of the way. Come off. Go on to there. Like that. Are we online? We're online, are we? How many people? Is Les Vaughan watching? If it is, can you ban him from watching?
Probably they have a camera that up is down is up, and left is forward, and upside down, so the remote is...
All right, whatever. Okay. So this bit has got to be parted off. Right. So, remember what to do next. Obviously, when I've parted this off, it's pretty rough. So I will just go along there. So I need to go below centre, and I will use a 3/8 spindle. If I put that bevel on there, that tells me where the handle needs to go, which is there. And I just put it on there as it spins, bring it back, go to my left, and pick up a cut. Like that. So I know that face is nice and clean now. I'll probably put the other tool rest in when you're working on there, you always got a little bit of vibration there. So it's better to use a little shorter tool rest. Do they know what they're doing over there? Right. So, we're just going to turn that little kind of step there, first of all, which is about 4 or 5 mil long. About there. A bit more. Okay. There we are. I know a lot of people will, they would come round the back like that and then keep turning until that drops over, but I've never been a real fan of doing it that way. I was watching a demo once and someone was doing that and it flew off into the audience and nearly took someone's eye out. So I've never been a fan of doing it that way. In fact, I would always, if I was doing a lot of these, I'd use my copy fingers. So you put the original pattern in, and then when it hits the right diameter, it just drops down. So I don't need to use any kind of verniers. So I've got 15 of these all the way along the back of the lathe. So you put the original pattern in, and you set it up, so once it hits the right diameter, it drops down. So I don't need to keep picking up all these different calipers. So that one's, Simon Hoper's doing these now. Right, so what we've got to do is make that ball disappear by half. But it doesn't want to be a tight fit, you've got to be able to take it out again. So we'll do that next. Won't do any of the turning along here yet until we get that right. So I can take measurements from this. Okay, put that there. Move these out of the way. So I'm going to let it scratch on the left-hand point. If it touches on the right-hand point, it will get thrown up into the air. You can just about see that. Roughly there. So whatever that is, it is, blimey, 31 mil. So 15 and a half. So I need to go in there 15 and a half, okay? And then that will disappear by half, won't it? Yeah? Right. Now this tool rest needs to go below centre to there. So that I need the handle to be down here. So I can just lift it in, swing it out. I can go this way as well. It's a bit more difficult. Works better with a longer blade. This is a bit too short now. But every time you push it into the centre, it gets rid of that little pip. So, where's that vernier? Further yet? Okay, so that's the depth. So all I'm doing this, I suppose the flute is about 10 o'clock. I push it in, I swing the handle away, closing the flute as I go round. Right, let's have a look at that. Okay, that needs to be a bit wider. Nearly there. Let's try that. Okay, see where we are. Very nearly there. See, that's holding it in there. I don't want it to be a tight fit, because if this timber moves a little bit, you can't get the ball out. So this particular one was the first one I made in front of an audience. That was at Sandon 2 months ago. That's it. I think that's here. About right. Yeah, perfect. And it's not staying in there, which is what we need. Right. So far, so good. What do you think of it so far? Funny, I thought you'd say that. Right. So, roughly there is the length. Okay. You see this foot is there, which I can adjust that once I turn it round. But we can do most of this. There's a little fillet there. So we'll find out what that is. Okay. I'll use my quarter skew. So that. Do it. We need to clear some of this out of the way. The 3/8 spindle. Okay, I wouldn't go any smaller than that. I've got to go smaller there, but if I do that now, I won't be able to turn the rest of this. You can actually hear a bit of chatter there. A bit further. Okay, so once you've done that, then we've got to do all these little beads. Okay, now I can use a skew for the first few, but when it gets round this corner, you can't do it. So what I use is one of my beading tools, which is that. So if you can zoom into that. Okay, so basically it goes to a point, but there's a curve, so it does half the beads in one go. I do sell them. I first made one of these back in the 80s when I was making coasters. We used to do loads and loads of coasters, and there was one with 5 little beads all the way along. So I made one of these tools, which in them days you had to make a tool to do a job, and all I had to do is handle slightly higher, and you just push it in, and it does 2 halves, and then do it again, and then it makes a full bead. So it was a handy bit of kit. And then I did a lot of work for the Duke of Westminster. I made him 500 knobs in African blackwood back in the back end of the 80s. And I think there's a picture in the book. And I used it for that as well. So basically, it's a scrape. It does scrape, so the handle needs to be higher than the cutting tip. So you always got to work like that. If it's like that, it's going to grab. So we kind of plan it out a little bit, and all I've got to do is just keep pushing it in. So do that half one there first. There's a half one, which I'll probably have to adjust that again. And then chatter in a bit. I may bring the running centre up against it. That will stop it from that chatter. I'll just see if I've got... Is that going to be big enough? Got to be careful it doesn't hit the bottom. It does. Yeah, I'll just have to put up with it. I'll just take my time, maybe slow it down a little bit. You can hear it chattering. That'll go on a bit of a funny angle because I don't want to touch my chuck. There's a half of one here. Okay, let's have a look at that. Oh, that's not too bad. There's a little mark on there I need to put right. Yeah, that's okay. That'll sand out. Right, so now I've done that. Like I said, I can't do all of it yet, but I can do most of it. So I'm going to turn it down to that little bead there. Now, that's not a bit of ebony, it's a bit of felt tip pen. Okay, so we turn that down. It's going to chatter even more now. And turn that down to that size. Where's that gone? More there. Okay, so there's a little tiddly bead in the centre of that. And there. I'm going to go to the 3/8. Just cut underneath that a little bit there. Okay, I think I've done something slightly different to last time I made one of these. So this will be the foot. Well, the ones I repair, every one is completely different. They're all different shapes. Some have got beads, some have just got lines. But they're all different, completely different. Right, so that needs to be sanded now. Come. A bit of WD-40 on that. Move along. That's it, I've got it. Right, so we're going to sand it all up now. So when I sand in there, just put your finger to the corner of the sandpaper. Right, that was 180. It's quite open grain ash. The guy I repair them for, he says, everyone I make, he'll buy off me. So I'm not wasting my time doing a demo on them. Huh? Sorry, I got tinnitus, I can't hear you. Right, have a look at that. That's not too bad. A little mark on that one there. But I can guarantee when I made this one, I took it home and couldn't get it apart, so I had to return it. But it's easy enough to return it, 'cause you can just put it into these drawers and that will hold on to it for you, so you can adjust. Right. Now, what do I do now? I know, yeah. I know, nearly forgot. Where is my felt tip pen? What do you mean cool, Les? He's the one who calls me every day. We did a Zoom meeting recently for Martin and he exploded the bowl. Did anyone see it? No. He split it in half. Amateurs. Right. Right. So you can ebonise it with a bit of felt tip pen. Right, let's take that out of there. Okay. Like that, and I can reverse that into there. So where I went wrong, I should have made it longer and then I could have parted it off.
Yeah, we did notice.
I'm still learning about this. There was enough on there for me to be able to do that, so I could have done that. Now I've got to turn this off and I've got to be really careful that I don't break it. So I've always said you learn more by mistakes, don't you? I do anyway. I think my mistake was being a wood turner. Right. You never stop learning. Well, you'll never learn. Right, let's turn this up a little bit. Yeah, because what I should have done is parted that off, and then I'd only have a little tiddly bit to turn off. But what I could do, because this is going to be a bit whippy, so what I could do now.
Just take it home and use the belt sack.
No, I'm solving problems for you lot. Believe it or not, I lost a bit of sandpaper. It's all gone down here. Yeah, exactly. Let's put this out of the way. Now, if I bring the running centre up against it, I have to swap that over. Then I can turn that without it snapping off. So I can take that one out. Like I said, these are all interchangeable drives. There's another one.
What was it, about 150 quid if you paid for it?
Yeah, something like that. Okay, so now I've got a little bit more support there, haven't I? Aye, see? So I can be a little bit more aggressive. Turn that up. See that noise? That means something's out. Hear that noise? The lathe always tells you if something's wrong. So I can part a lot of that off. That'll be right. Whoa! Quick, stop the camera. It's all right. See, I did that on purpose. Yeah. What I should have done is just snap that bit off. Like that. So now I've done that, I can just take a really fine cut. Actually, I'm just going to, what did I do there? I just tapered it down. Like that. Bring that all the way round. I'm going to use a quarter spindle because there's less resistance. Like that. Okay. Just taper that base a little bit. There. Oh, it's so stressful this is, I tell you. That sand. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Malcolm. You did, yeah. You know we were going to meet up for a meal. You can pay. Don't invite Les. So that's it so far. Yeah? What's that? Oh no! That's it so far. Didn't break it. So, and that was sitting there like that. Okay. Whew, I'm exhausted now. Did you want to stop now or could do the... Yeah, we'll stop now. Over there. You can just about see it. And then I need to go to the depth of this kind of spigot there. So we can turn some of that out at this stage. So we're going to push it into the centre and then swing the handle away from me. And then I'll use my little quarter skew. Just lift that in. Okay, to see if it's the right depth. It is. And then see if it will fit. So that's got to go on there. A little bit more, yeah. And obviously it doesn't want to be a tight fit. Let's try that. Okay. See, that's a perfect fit, but it doesn't want to be tight. That is too tight. So lucky. So I need to take a bit off of there. Do I? Yes, I do. So that's perfect, okay? Although I've got to be careful, it may move. By the time I take this home, it may move, and I can adjust it. So now I've done that, then I've got to make the ball fit in here. So at this stage, I've got to get that to fit into there, all right? So that's the size of the ball, just a little bit bigger. There. And 15 mil, that's got to go in there, 15 mil, or 15 and a half, if I remember correctly. This would be a really good competition, wouldn't it? It would. For the Christmas one. Hear that, Malcolm?
What's that, mate?
The Christmas one, everyone's got to make one of these.
Absolutely, in 10 minutes. How many weeks have we got?
If you start now, you may just about get there. It's making my head spin, I know that. Right. I mean, that'd be a good idea, don't you? Right, push it into the centre. Like that. See if that's deep enough. A bit more, yeah. Right, I don't think we're far off. So this is a bit... Oh, that's good. First time. Right. Now, gets a bit more complicated now. We've got to do half a bead here. So I've got to remember the depth of that. So that needs to be... So the depth of that is 18 mil. So I need to part this off, but we need probably 2 or 3 mil a bit further along, because we've got to turn half a ball, I believe. Okay, so that's the depth, and that will be the thickness of the ball, all right, which is about 2 or 3 mil. So then, okay, so no pressure at all. So I've got to make this bead the same size, which is about there. I've got to be careful I don't cut into this gap here. Make sure. So that's a little bit wider. That's good. Why did I start doing this? That's what I want to know. So we put a little step here. If I go too far down, this bit will fall off. So I've got to be really careful that I've got the sizes right. A bit more. One more, do it. Okay, what have I done there? Yeah, so we've got a bead here. Okay. And that's got to match up with that one. I've made that a little bit wider, which I didn't want, so I'll shorten it a bit. That's it. So it all matches now, yeah? So then I've got to... This is where I'm going to be parting it off. There. Torres is moving. Turn that down. To there. And then there's a little step roughly there. Okay. So, I've got to find out what that hole is. Just get that exactly right. So that says 31 mil. So I need a little bit of thickness here. So if I increase that by, so there's 4 mil, about 4 mil, turn that down, make sure I'll get that right. Just double check. Oh yeah, I'm going to give that another millimetre just to be on the safe side. One more, do it. Right. Okay. So, I'm going to part that off there. But before I do that, I've just got to sand the inside. Oh, dear. What time do we pack up? Yeah. Don't worry, it'll be done in time. I can speed up. Right. That'll do. I'm going to part that off now. Whoop, it's all rest moved. Be careful I don't go too mad in it and pull the grain out. I'll go back a little bit. There we are. So, does that go in there? I'm just wondering if it goes small enough for me to hold on to it. If not quite. So I've got to make a jam chuck, okay? And I can use this big block of wood, or have I got something that's nearer? No. So I'm going to use this bit to go onto there. I've still got plenty, I hope. Still got plenty on there. So I've allowed this to be longer so I can make that into a jam chuck. Okay? Who's taking notes? I'm going to have to get some plans made up for this, I believe.
Well, we can edit it and publish it for you on public YouTube if you ever want. But,
Right.
then it gives away all your secrets.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
You can sell it in the recording. Yeah, but sell it in the recording.
Right. In fact, there was someone on Facebook and doing my salt bell. He asked permission to do it. And there's three of them. There's one guy, I can't remember his name, but Richard Raffin does an alternative pepper mill. And this guy did the salt bell. He asked me if he could copy it. And I said, yeah, it's fine. Huh? Yeah. That's it, yeah. Right, what do I do next? Oh yeah, just got to do So when you do a jam chuck, you do it tapered to start off with. Then with a round bowl, it's easy. You just turn it on its side. And then you just hold it against it if it doesn't fit. A bit more. Doesn't fit. A bit more. Can't be far from it now. Nearly. It's nearly there, so I just square it up. Let's see if it's anywhere near that it'll fit. Like that. Just got to tap it till it runs true. The hardest bit is getting it off again without breaking it. Right. So now I've got to turn that into a half a ball. Now I know I'm within 2 mil, that there, and I've got about 2 mil on the top. So I can hear people saying, I bet he's going to break it. Right. Yeah. Get right in that corner there, pull it out a little bit, and then I'll get the bevel in contact all the way round. Got to be careful here. Just testing the depth of the width. Slow right down. Okay. Does that look like half a ball to you? In fact, I've made that one a lot deeper. Oh no, it's about the same. Right. Just a little mark on there. It's a lot thinner there. Right, that's good. Move this out of the way. Give it a little bit of a sand. Do you think it works as a demonstration? Yeah? I'm always a bit worried that, because it takes quite a long time, and most stuff I do don't take me long at all. Right. So then, where's my felt tip pen? Just slow it down. Okay, permanent marker. I could go, can't quite get right in that corner. I need to use something else for that. So all I've got to do, take it off. That was easier than I expected. That's it so far, yeah? There's the camera. Okay. Probably have to work on that a little bit. So then, what do I do next? Yeah. So now, we've got to get that bit to fit into there. Okay? So you're kind of repeating yourself a little bit, So we've got to get rid of that step, first of all. Bring that down. You're yawning away, I can hear you. So just slightly undercutting this face. Right, so I've got to get this is a bit more difficult because I've got to get the ball to fit in, and then I can fit that part there. So yeah, we'll take the measurement from that. Same again, it's got to be a loose fit, first of all. So that's there. Okay. Bit dark, can't see it now. Right, and that is about about 5 mil deep. I'll take some of that out now. Below centre. Right. That's it. Back to the quarter. It's got to be 5 mil. That's 5 mil. That's it. So now I've done that, I can't fit it because we've got to do the half ball now. Which is there. Okay. When these 3/8 get that long, don't throw them away. If this was longer, you get a lot of chatter, but you don't when it's only 3 inches long. Right. So don't throw it away. It's perfect for this kind of thing. There's a lot of chatter going on. It's normally Les. Is he awake? Talking about you, Les. Oh yeah? You sure? Right, needs to be a bit deeper. Right, let's see if that will fit. Now we've got to figure out where it's not fitting. No, I think it's the step. So I've not taken that line out properly yet.
Is this normally an all-day demo?
Yes, it is. No, the thing is you've got to keep going backwards and forwards all the time to adjust. I think the ball isn't deep enough. Okay, and that's not quite wide enough. Can't quite figure out where. I think it's that bit. It is. So that needs to be wider. Not quite. It's too tight. Still too tight here. And I'm not quite sure about the ball. Nearly, see? That is very nearly there. So I've just got to make that a little bit wider.
Does it matter if the recess is too big?
No, not really. As long as, what you mean, where the ball is?
Yeah, where it's going to sit.
Yeah, that's not so important. It's more important this other one, because otherwise it would be loose, as you'll find out when you make one. So I've just taken a little bit more out of there. But that, that goes on there perfectly, but it's still a little bit tight, and that's going to move overnight. So I'm just going to do a little bit more. Huh? Yeah. Oh, he's woken up, has he? Right. That's perfect, okay? Yeah? So, what do I do next? Oh, yeah. Get in the car and go home. Yeah, that's a good idea. So, what do yeah, I've got to find out that depth. See, I've still got this bit here, so I can reverse it to turn it that way. Because at the moment, it'd be difficult for me to do all those beads when it's that way. So if I part that off, maybe 2 mil longer than the finial, that would be there. Okay. So roughly there would be parted off, and then that would leave me so I could jam chuck this the other way. Yeah? But that first one here, I need to do that at this stage. Because I can't do it afterwards. So, I only need to do half of the bead. Because it'd be difficult when it was on the jam chuck. That's not actually going, ooh, that's bouncing off a little bit. Now, why is that? Something's not quite right. Just go a bit deeper, I think. Only a little tiddly bit. Yeah, look, still need to take a little bit more out of that. Right. That's it, that's better. Don't start clapping yet. Anything could happen. Right, now I can sand that now. So you can see the way I hold the sandpaper, it goes round my finger. So I put my finger towards the corner of the sandpaper. That way I can get right into the very bottom of the box. Right, that's good. So, pop that off now. I'm not going to part it off completely yet, because I can still do some of that shape. Got loads of room. Right, so that's what we're doing at the moment. I can do some of it at the moment. Right. Okay. Right, so I should be able to cut that part off now. And put it on the jam chuck. So that has got to go on there now. Who said that? Yeah. There's always one, isn't there? They say there's always one, but there's two in this club. Didn't mention any names, did I? Where's Malcolm gone? Oh, he's gone. Said he had to go early. Yeah. Oh, it's so close. Got to be careful. If it's too tight, then it will split. Where's my hammer?
Did you make it slightly tapered?
No, I do it dead square because that's dead square, so I have to do it dead square. To be on the safe side, it's always a good idea to wet it because it lifts the grain. But I reckon, can't hear it going crack. That's it. That's got it. So we're going to turn that little finial there. Take that right down. Okay. So I've got to be a little bit careful. What do I do there? Right, so just turn that to a point. Like that, and just making sure it's not breaking up. And then I'll get my skew. Just got to keep reminding me how I do it. Like that's good. Then I get my beading tool. I'm not too worried about it. There's a little bump there. I could turn it off, I suppose. Just a little bump. Like that. That's good. Oh, God. The beading tool now. Like I said, I've got to go above the centre. And bring this tool round. Like that. You never quite know where it's going to finish, but I think looks okay. Yeah, that's good. I'll give that a sand. I'm nearly there. I tell you, I'm exhausted. Don't know about you lot. It's nice to have friends, isn't it, eh? I think when I was at Middlesex, I offered to super glue your mouth together. Remember that? And everyone was going, yeah. Now we go back a long way now, don't we? Son? So once I've probably have to readjust it when I get it home, I will spray this with the acrylic gloss sander sealer and then the lacquer on top, the gloss on top. Okay, so then, here's my pen. Slow it down, just nearer. This is the artistic bit, isn't it? This is the bit I can't get all the way down. I need a finer one really to do that. You can see it's quite effective though, isn't it? It looks like a bit of ebony, but it's not. Gentle as it goes. Oh God. Good fit anyway. Now, what you do is you get something that's softer and then you go, just tap it. Like that. So, look at that, that's already gone tight already. So that's loose. We got, as you know, that was loose. But what we could do is quickly put it back in here. We hope. That should be able to just tighten onto there. Don't over tighten it. Just enough for me to just take a fraction out of there. The trouble is there's all this hot air in this place. Especially from Les. Is that what it is? Look at that first. That was on there. That's better. Ah, the balls! Oh. Right, pass my... It goes on there. That goes on there. So there we are. Look at that. Yeah. Ready? So, you take the ball out, put it in your pocket, Put that back on there, and then you lift that up, and it's back again. Like that. Just like that. Yeah. I don't know if it really works as a demo. It takes so long.
Well, I think that was very good, Gary. Yeah, very good. Yeah.
I do like coming here just to be heckled.
Lots of different techniques.
Yeah.
I think we've all learned something, that we can't make beads all the same, which is the difficult bit, I think, on that. I think the rest of it's easy apart from the beads.
Yeah.
So I think we still show our appreciation in the usual way. Thank you very much. And Malcolm's found you a little present as you've been wood turning for 50 years. This was published the same year that you started. 1957, is that right?
1975 I started.
No, 1957, I think this says.
I've actually I've got that book at home.
By Mr.
Frank Payne.
Mr. F. Payne.
Yeah. One of my customers called Ian Pearce was taught by Frank Payne. And he's a wood turner, and I'm just doing work for him at the moment.
Well, you won't want this then.
No, I've got one exactly the same, so. Otherwise I would have took it.
Yeah.
But thanks anyway.
So this was from Art F. Payne.
Oh, right, okay.
Anyway, thank you very much.
Cheers.
Very
Thanks
good.
a lot.
One of your better ones, I reckon.
Right. Okay, so we'll see you at Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, it's-
I must admit, I like that you had a